Check. Check. Just making sure we're active here. Yo. Is it this one? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, I'm gonna have a very busy next few weeks, so I figured I'd do a little bit of work on this model while I got the chance. I don't have too many chances to be able to do this the next few weeks, so we'll see how far we get. I haven't touched this in over a week. The remnants of another kit on the desk. So hope you're all prepared to have a great weekend. If you have any questions about what's happening in this kit, just shoot them in the text. I'll run over to the computer every few minutes. Like I said, I don't know where I am on this kit just yet. I think we're doing the foyer. I don't want to do the roof yet because I've got lighting that I want to do to this. So let's find a little container to hold parts. Flip this kit over, we'll see which kind of kit which kit it was. These are the roofing materials. We'll put them in there. That's 1, 2, 3. That's all of them. Now we're going to put these water slides in here too. Lots of detail boards and hinges, window frames. So we're going to keep that there. Let's put this in here too so we don't lose that. Oh, looks like we have a little error. Some little. Oh, it's dirt. That's looking really nice if you ask me. Sorry for touching the mic and all that jazz. We're going to put this in the box because all these parts that I'm putting in the box are just to make sure I keep them together and safe. These are all the decals, or not the decals, the paper graphics. Porch we're not working on just yet. This last piece of porch off and get rid of this. I love these sheets. This is going right in my scrap box. Those airplane ply sheets, those are the things you keep from the build. So you can scratch build whatever you want. These are roofing panels. The decking. That might happen, but the decking's in there. We got the steps. We got the porch materials. And we're going to paint these pieces today. So we'll put these over here. We got over here. We got rafter ends, and a. Gotta get a good look at this to find out what everything is on it. Yeah, we got a little I don't know, maybe it's a roof vent or something. Oh, I see what they are. They're little props for our whirlybird roof vents. So this will go on after the roof goes on. This is clearly going to go right into here. And this is porch and steps. So yeah. So we'll have these two sheets out. We got this one out working on this porch. That porch is going to be quite a challenge to put together. I'm just guessing on that, but you know, when you start putting steps into a staircase, maybe it's something that I noticed because I used to build stairs, and I'm building these little mini stairs for these kits. Seems to be more of a challenge than building the big ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, make sure we're getting all the right parts out of the sheets first. Ten and 9, 2 and 3. N, 10, N9, N2. Oh my good God. Yeah, so that's us for these stairs. We got the risers and the runs in this sheet. Let me go grab my knife and check the chat. I'm not sharing this to anybody. I'm sorry to my patrons who watch these things. No chats. Come on, you guys, getting tardy? You treat me like that MRH forums or what? Putting me on silence? You know, chances are you be quiet, I'll be quiet too. This whole thing will fall to shit. These ones on the side here are risers, and these ones are the rungs. I can tell that because the rungs are longer than the risers. The risers will fit right in their place, hopefully. I'm going to use our knife to... Using this task board stuff is really great. Every time I see a kit in it, I appreciate it a little bit more. A lot of kit companies like to use raw wood. And raw wood, you know, it's awesome. You can't make anything look like wood better than wood, but I think that sometimes they're a little too fragile. If you know what I mean. We're going to use crazy glue because I'm not... I'm just building a kit here, sorry. I'm going to put a piece up on the top. And I'm going to put a piece down on the bottom. And I'm going to stick them there. Then, what happens next, I'm going to use some more risers. Then what happens next is I'm going to put the two pieces together and then force these into place with some more crazy glue. I'm just going to put it on, make it fit flush into the slot, and then try to give it a 90-degree profile. There, a couple seconds and she's good. I just wanted to give a shout out to Patent Writer on Model Railroad Hobbyist Forums. Love your attitude, dude. Love your attitude. It's a wonderful thing. I think the game plan might change a wee bit here. Only because our crazy glue is working a little bit nicer than I expected it to. Totally a pain in the ass to build. No gripes on the designer. Just these little fiddly parts here, you just can't avoid what happens to it. Sorry I can't show you what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to fit these pieces in. Okay, it's all gonna be done. It's not easy. Dang it. It's not happening. Okay, I'm gonna have to check the chat. I'm gonna let this set for a second because what we got here is the situation where we've got to put the horizontal pieces in, or the vertical pieces in. allow them to set, and then get them in place, and then kind of break them. We're going to set the glue, and then we're going to allow the glue to kind of snap after we put them together to make sure it's all square. And at that point we can then start putting in our stair runs. Now, if there's any problem with the video or maybe my microphone, I don't know. If you guys hear any issues with that, let me know and I'll do my best to fix it. I don't know if you can hear the music. You probably can't. I got it down low. Cheers. Okay, I'm gonna let that set. Get a visual cue. Let's make sure everything's in place and square. Yeah, I can't glue this until that's all set up. Not at all. So what do we got next? I don't want to move too far, too fast ahead of myself here. Okay, we're not glued in some spots. Dang it! The second you add a little bit more wet to your CA glue, it just kind of lets go of everywhere. A good idea to do it. It's just a sign of impatience, and it actually happens to me too. Go figure. Now, if you're there and you're watching this, and you're thinking to yourself, man, he hasn't given me a shout out, it's because you haven't chatted, and I don't know what your friggin' name is. I gotta leave it. It's not gonna go unless I stop touching it. Just like what your mom says. Oh man, look how far away it is, man. You're right, Mike. Let me do this. How's that? Each of these parts are using each other for stability, so when you're gluing each one together, it's actually a lot harder than you may think to put them together. So I just gotta leave them where they are, otherwise it'll fall apart on me. So who else is there? We've got Mike Thomas. Thanks for watching, Mike. And let me flip on over here. Sure, we've got something over here. Oh, one of my cameras ain't working. There it is. Oh, it's better. I zoomed it in and it's better. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. So, like I said, I'm moving in the next until between now and August, we'll be moving. But I start work next week, and it's for the last 4 years, I have worked on the farm, which is kind of like a part-time gig, and I have lots of time to build models and do my side gig, which is this custom modeling business, and it's for 4 years it's been going great. But now I've got a little bit of a part-time / full-time job. It's going to be taking a lot more time out of the mix for me, so I'm just trying to get a few videos in so that you guys don't forget me while I'm gone. I've got a huge studio though. I've got I'm hoping it's going to be pro. It's going to be like Joe Rogan's podcast room or something like that. It's not going to be like Ken Patterson's. Let's relax, tone it down a bit. Okay, I'm going to try to put on at least 1 or 2 runner steps here. Let's try it. I got to stay on camera though. That's my trick there, Mike. So I think this is the smallest riser here. I'm actually, like with these little one-shot crazy glue things, I bought this on the road, actually on the way to Ken Patterson's, so that we could repair one of the models on the way there. There's a little bit of damage on it, so I bought this up, so I might as well use them up before they go rock hard on me. Know what I mean? I'm sorry I've got no camera on this side to watch me work. There's the bottom step riser. Yeah, I have a camera right there, but it's not working. It hasn't worked in probably about a week now, and that's just what happens. So I bought that camera about 4 years ago, so it doesn't owe me anything, I guess. Actually, to tell you the truth, when I first got that camera, I ran into a Windows bug where there's a Windows bug where USB devices really don't connect properly to old motherboards. They just don't jive up. They're not working. And it came through with make sure everything's all seated in place. The way these are, they're kind of really fiddly. However, there's a ledge over, like there's a riser, and then the runner runs over, and it's really realistic looking, if you ask me. And actually, to tell you the truth, that's why I call these things review builds, because I don't do reviews. I'm not going to sit there in front of you and feed you a line of horse pucky. Like, you don't even know if that person built the kit or not. But with me, you can see me build it, and if I run into an issue, you can see how I go through that issue. And I think that's the thing I like most about these live streams, is that they're unique in that way. I'm not here to be the next Ken Patterson. I'm just here to be his buddy. Know what I mean, Vern? You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? So now that those risers were set up a little bit, I can kind of get these runner steps all on nicely and in a fairly quick order. Yeah, actually, after you get those risers put in, it's actually pretty secure putting these. I was a little bit more apprehensive than I needed to be to get these done. Yeah. I already zoomed it in. I don't even know if it's on camera. There we go. Let's let that set for a second here. It's a little crooked, but I can deal with that. A little crooked, but I can deal with it. Promise. Oh, wrong one. I'll fix that later. Let's look at what's happening in chat. Hey, Sparky. Did I fix the floors yet? Did I fix the floors in this kit? Did I wreck them? When did I do that? Hi, Tom Carr. How you doing, buddy? Are you using crazy glue? I'm using up the rest of the crazy glue there, Sparky, that we got while we were on the road there. Now, I really only used it for the stairs itself just because like the stairs are all fiddly and they're all like depending on each other to stand up. So crazy glue helps them to glue up as quick as possible. Like, could you imagine wood glue? Like, what shaped clamp would I use for that? Maybe a Lego and elastic band or something like that. I don't know. Ah, the floor in my studio. No, Mike. The unfortunate thing about the floor in my studio is that I'm buying this house and all my money's going towards the down payment and to deal with the banker. And if all of my plans fail, I'll probably get the floor done by September or October after the summer's done. My goal would be to work on it after work while I'm at the house for the next 3 weeks and get it done. The only thing that's stopping me is moolah, and tell you the truth, that is the only thing that's stopping me. Like, I'm loaded with ambition. Like, if there was a way for me to build a pyramid on my property and I had the materials, I'd be doing it all day, all night, and it would look like 100 men did it, but it was just me. So I'm ready to do that, but it's just I got a little bit of issue of getting online enough to keep people happy and all that jazz. And like my goal with this whole YouTube channel is to stream every day. I want to start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and I want to stream till about, I don't know, just after the kids get home, or maybe when the kids get home, I'll get them off the bus, and that's the end of my stream. Every day. I'd love to be able to do that, and if I, just a few components away from being able to do that, like got a couple people wanting me to look into a laser cutter. Again, more money. The floor is probably going to be $2,000 to $5,000, and a laser cutter is probably about $10,000. So it's not looking good. Carpenter? What are you talking about hiring carpenter? Sparky. I built stairs for 2 years of my life. I framed houses for 5 years of my life, and I did renovations for another 5 to 7 years. I'll hire somebody to go grab me a beer. Did I solve the moisture problem in the house? So you watch those videos. That's cool. I like that. What happened is, or what is happening, is that my property sits on a pad of clay soil that is very dense. So the water really doesn't soak into a lot of places. If it's not ditched and taken away to lower ground, it is staying where it is. So in the shop that I have, we've got that problem. But the doughhead who had the house before us allowed the eaves troughs to fill up with the junk, and then it started pouring out the side, and then there's so much junk in the eaves trough that the eaves troughs actually went like this. So instead of running water from one side to the other, we had water running right to the middle, right where my door was, and falling down and puddling on the wall footing. So what happened was the railroad ties that run along the very bottom, that's the footing, that's the base of my shop, is railroad ties. Those are penetrated. Those are waterlogged. They're not drying out. They'll be still wet in August. There's quick fixes and there's real fixes. And when we're talking about a shop that's going to be done up like a professional studio, a quick fix ain't gonna cut it in some ways. So we're gonna have to take that whole wall down, let alone the floor, get the footing, get a couple of railroad ties and throw them back in, right, and redo the wall. And I'm gonna do it post and beamed construction this time, the way normal people build barns. You put in a nice well, we don't need a 2x6, but whatever, a 4x4 or 6x6, and that will hold up my rafters. So we're gonna have to do that to the whole wall, and then we're going to establish what we're going to do with the floor. All the hardwoods in there. There's lots of lighting. Next week I'm going to run the network cable. Looks like I had 2 mics going. I'm very sorry for that. Maybe it was screwing up the sound. You guys didn't tell me if it did. Let's look at what's in. Higher current, did you solve the moisture problem? No termites, Mike. So we're in northern climates. So actually, that's kind of one of the best benefits of living up here, my friend, is that where I live, there's no snakes. Like, there's snakes, but to get to a rattle or poisonous venomous snake, we've got to go down to Windsor, which is far away from here. Because I live in the finger of Ontario, it's really a captive zone for wild animals. So the bears, there's really not many bears. There's bear sightings, but that's the kind of thing it is. It's a sighting, and people are like, wow, holy smokes, there's a bear. But there's none of that stuff. So we live in a nice area where there's no termites or very little termites. It's not a big problem. And, you know, flies and mosquitoes and all that jazz aren't so bad. So it's a really beautiful place to live. If you got lots of those American dollars, this is the place to be. Exactly, Mike. So what our plan is that we've fixed the eaves trough, obviously. And we're going to put in those ties, like I said, at the bottom. But then we're going to put ice and water shield, which is a barrier, a membrane barrier that's going to be put up on a piece of plywood so that all the water that pools up on the side is going to get thrown into a perforated tile. And then that's going to get fast-tracked to the back of the property where there's an actual fall for our water. So we've got solutions. Everything's there except for, you know, somebody like that part. So I got to do a couple of more trips down south, I think, to be able to afford it, because that's my side hustle. And let's see what happens. Yeah, that's what I mean, Spark. I know there's bears around us, like, and there's been sightings a lot lately. Actually, there's sightings a lot more due to the DDT being brought out of our system. I think that was a serious problem for all of the big animals, and all of the big animals are coming back now, which is kind of interesting. Whatever. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me get this back on the desk. Let's work on this a little bit more. If you like this channel, man, I'm not really a super chat kind of guy because I don't really watch the chat, so it's really not beneficial to you to do a super chat because I usually don't notice it until it's too late. So if you want to be support the show, support the cast, help me get out as much as I can with the best I can do, patreon.com/Ron Pare. I'm going to look at this. I'm going to look at this. We got two more steps here. That happens with every kit, though. It's like, so, what are those parts for? I don't know. I didn't paint all these parts. It's time to do some figure painting, my friends. The thing is, though, is this new house has this really large community center across the street. And I think I'm going to start doing, at the very basic, an annual show where people can bring their modules and make a great big layout, and we can hang out and have dinner or party or have some fun. Talk trains. Okay. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. You know, it's one thing to have a house with a place to host people for a party or what have you. It's a whole other thing to be able to have a nice big community center right across from your house so that you can have a party and escape home for a little bit. It's actually an ideal place. It kind of amazes me. All the things that are coming together right now. It's really a relief. Yeah, more glue. I'm not. I built many kits with crazy glue, and no matter what an inexperienced guy can say, doesn't matter how many times an inexperienced guy says that it doesn't work. It doesn't matter. I know there's the one guy, he doesn't like the use of crazy glue, thinks it doesn't last, but I can't say that he's right. Sorry guys, I gotta do this fast because this glue's gonna start getting in my elbows. This I'll give a shout out to Sparky 107. Thank you for the ride to Cairns this week. So it's It's a real classy thing to do. Thank you very much. I think I lost you as a patron supporter there, though, buddy. What'd you do? Did I cash in all my credits there? It's not really looking the way I want it to look. Get this last piece set in. It's kind of funny how, you know, you can build an entire kit almost in a day, but it's these little fiddly parts that really eat up the hours on you. Now, if you have any requests, I build whatever's on the desk. I don't really do requests all that often, but you know what? I can, like, if it's in terms of a scratch build kit, I am interested. If it's in terms of a custom built kit, do you want a custom built kit for your layout? I've got a friend, Todd Walton. Many of you know Todd. Todd has commissioned me to build a model that he found in a model railroader or railroad model craftsman. I can't really remember which one it is, but it's one of those article kits that the plans were put in the magazine so that modelers can redo it. So I got a company to custom cut those parts for me, and those are coming in pretty soon. I know we're on the almost to the test phase of the model, and it's kind of like it's not really the kind of thing that manufacturers love to do because it's not a full kit, and that means they really don't have the opportunity to charge you the same amount for their time as they can for a kit. So there's that. But that should be that. I'll be starting that just as soon as it comes in. Simply because I'm kind of really excited to do a project for a patron. And also, it is something new for me to muck around with. Okay. N12 M4. So I bet you this is 12. we're just gonna glue this on square, get it done. Get her done. Okay, plan B. It's pretty funny, I know. Do whatever it takes to get the job done, I guess. Remember I said, what would the funny jig look like? Here it is. Yeah, hold this down for a few seconds because with crazy glue, it's not like you can bend it to, like wood glue. You can glue a certain spot in and then have a little dog ear somewhere and glue that down later with some brute force. Sure. But if we're talking crazy glue, which this whole side's not gluing. If we're talking crazy glue, it wants to glue down and crust up like a mineral, like a paste, and it's not flexible. So I gotta get all four corners here to hold up, just like those risers on the steps. Like when I said that I was gonna set them up and then break them off, they're kind of mineral-y. Where, oh, now I'm occupational hazard. Occupational hazard. What'd you say? So this kit comes with my fingerprints. Hey, thanks for subscribing, F2535. I wonder if Sparky should, I don't know if you're still on it. I wonder if we should tell the story at 2359. How long have we been on? For an hour. an hour. Did that little fiddly bit there. Just the fiddly bit. Okay, my friends. I'm not going to do it for too long because it's early in the day. I might come on later. If you like these podcasts or these shows or these live streams, I'm going to be doing a lot more. This is kind of like, just a hint of what I actually want to be doing in the future. Sorry, hiccuping. Don't blame it on the beer. I have a lot planned in the future, and actually, if you're one of those people who don't want to be on camera and you like to do editing, or you want to be a part of something where you edit the good parts out of videos, there's a lot of YouTubes doing that kind of thing these days. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, get a hold of me. We're into it. Hey. Thanks for coming in for the chat, buddy. F23 2535. We're going to shut the show down now. I just wanted to say thank you to all you for being subscribers and watching. And you know what? There's no need to contribute to all the things that I'm begging for all the time. It's just that I'm just trying to make the best podcast, YouTube videos I can, and just doing everything I can. Spread my hobby and share the passion. Raw footage is best. But if you wanted to come through and grab some bloopers, I'm sure I've got some pretty tasty ones. I think I've got some pretty tasty bloopers. So anyways, my friends, I'll be on later. It's 5 o'clock Eastern time right now. So I might come on at around 9 o'clock tonight if I can. If not, I'm sorry. There's some real busy times right now, and I'm just trying my best to keep the channel up. So thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later. I thank Roy Hardwick. He is that container man. He likes to do driving videos. Sparky said I got to do this kind of stuff, so I'm doing it. Sparky? Mike, he's from Sparky's channel. There's 2 people here from Sparky's channel. I don't know what you did, Spark, but thank you. We also have a new subscriber, 2335. I'm going to mess that up every time, my friend. F2535. Sorry. So thanks for watching, everybody. I got to go. Bye-bye.